It's just what we've been doing, guys. Find the roots of the polynomial function, and then that function goes to a denominator in a rational function. So we set this equal to 0 and we solve. So I'm going to minus 9, negative 9 equals x squared. To get rid of a square, we take the square root. So I have x equals plus or minus the square root of negative 9. Okay, we're getting back into complex numbers. So quick review. Square root of negative 1 is I. So when we have a negative under a square root, it's undefined. Like if you put that in a calculator, it's undefined. The way we get around that is adding an I. So we take out the square root of negative 1 and we keep the square root of 9. So the square root of negative 1 we just said is I. What's the square root of 9? 3. And we still have the plus or minus. So we write it plus or minus 3i. First number, I second. So negative 3i and positive 3i are our roots. So now when we go to the domain, you're like, how do we graph i's? Like, where are those asymptotes? They're not even on our graph. That's right. So for complex asymptotes, that's what these are. These are complex numbers because they have an I in them. That sounds complex asymptotes. Those aren't on our graph. We're not going to see them. So that means the domain just goes negative infinity to infinity because we can't actually graph a complex asymptote. So there's not a break. So negative 3i, positive 3i. Then our domain just goes through it.